In ancient Hellenistic astrology, one of the things that we take into consideration when we're analyzing a birth chart is something called essential dignities. Now, the essential dignity is a term that basically measures the strength and the weakness of a planet based off where it's positioned in a chart. For example, we know that certain planets govern or rule certain zodiac signs. But what happens when a planet is placed in a sign that's outside of its rulership? That would change the essential dignity of the planet, either strengthening the planet or weakening the planet. Now, every zodiac sign has a polar opposite, and the polar opposites actually play a role in the essential dignity, which is represented by the chart above. So, essential dignities could be represented by domiciles, detriment or exiles, exaltations, or falls. These are the conditions that the planets can be in inside of a birth chart. The chart above is explaining the basics to the essential dignity position. So if you look at the sun, it rules the sign Leo where it domiciles. It's in detriment or exile in the sign of Aquarius. It's exalted in the sign of Aries, and it falls in the sign of Libra. You look at the moon is rules the sign Cancer. It's in detriment in Capricorn, it's exalted in Taurus, and it falls in Scorpio. You go down to the bottom of the chart and look at Mars, you'll see that Mars domiciles in Aries and Scorpio. It's in exile or detriment in Libra or Taurus. It's exalted in Capricorn, and it falls in the sign of Cancer. Now, symbolically, the sun represents life, vitality, and the ego, and it rules the sign Leo, right, which comes during the summer, which is when the sun is the hottest. It's the strongest in the sign Leo. But if you take the sun and you put it in the sign of Aquarius, where it's in detriment, the sun is the sign of the summer. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, which represents death, decay, and darkness. And Aquarius is a winter sign that comes during the dark half of the year. Same thing symbolically goes for the exaltation and the fall. If you take a planet like the sun and put it in a fire sign like Aries, which represents the spring, that's very positive for the sun. It's more comfortable there because it's a fire sign and it's very extroverted. If you take the sun and you put it in the sign Libra, Libra comes during the dark half of the year, right? And it's the time of the year where we're entering symbolically into the underworld at the fall equinox, and that's why the sun falls in the sign of Libra.